Hey everybody, it's Monkey Farm, and today's a great day because dispensers have been updated. Now they will drop active TNT. So I'm going to show you how to make a quarry, and this is obviously not the same type of quarry that you would see in Feed the Beast or other similar mods. It's not going to collect all the drops for you. You will get a bunch of drops, but basically the purpose of this is to blow out a huge area down to bedrock. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do it. Here's the simple way, just using redstone. The way we're going to do it is actually to use rails and detector rails, and we're just going to send a minecart around in a circle, and it's going to keep activating the dispensers until the TNT is out. But if this is all you're interested, take a look at this. So this is kind of the Goldilocks scenario. These dispensers are a little bit closer than you need them. They're 5 blocks apart, meaning there's 4 blocks in between all of them, and shaped in a cube shape. Just squares with a dispenser pointed down on each corner, and then you put redstone everywhere and activate it. Now, these blocks or these dispensers are separated by 7 blocks, so they're 8 blocks apart. Now, this is a little bit too far. As you can see, some of the middle in between was not destroyed. Now, the way this works is simple. You come over here and push a button, and all the TNT drops. Now, of course, this is already blown up, and we're too far to see the explosion. Same with over here. Let's go down here a little bit, and there we go. Nice TNT. All right. So I'm going to build mine a little bit differently than these examples, so it'll be a little bit more difficult, something you'd actually need to follow a bit. I'm going to make mine so it's not a square quarry. I'm going to make it a little bit more rounded. And the other thing is I'm going to use minecart tracks to activate all of the dispensers. So let's get started. What you need to do is build it at least 7 blocks up from the ground. The reason for that, so 7 blocks up. The reason is the TNT, when it lands on the ground here, if it's any closer, your dispensers will get destroyed and you'll lose them and have to replenish them. And normally you lose what's inside as well. So with TNT, you don't want to lose all of that TNT, right? So now, as I said, if you're building a square one, the optimal distance in between each dispenser is actually having 5 blocks in between, meaning the dispensers are 6 blocks apart. But for this one, since I'm going to make it a little bit more rounded, I'm going to do let's see, from the center dispenser, I'm going to put 4 blocks out. And you can mess around with the different, different sizes or different distances, in between each dispenser, and it's totally up to you what you do. And I'm going to point these dispensers out, which means they're actually going to drop the TNT out here in front rather than down. So that will give them a little bit more spacing as well. What you don't want to do, so you need to count how many blocks are in between these dispensers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be the 6th block where it drops. So we're all good there. And I'm going to put that on all of those blocks. Now over here, what I want to do is put 3 blocks and 3 blocks, and then have another dispenser. This one I'm going to point down. So the TNT will drop right here. This TNT will drop out a little bit. So this whole thing will end up making a circular quarry, and best of all the middle blocks will be destroyed as well. So we won't have any pillars like we saw over there. Now this design obviously is going to be a little more difficult to put the rails because we have dispensers out here, but actually it won't be too tough because the detector rail will actually activate the dispenser even if it's right here. Alright, so we have this giant square shape, or a bunch of little squares connected to each other 3 blocks in between, but then on the middle of the sides we have a dispenser pointed out. All the rest of them are pointed downwards. This is going to make it a circular kind of quarry. The tricky part is going to be to activate all of the rails with one minecart track. So if you hold shift, these are detector rails by the way, so they will activate the dispenser. If you hold shift and click, that will allow you to actually place a minecart track on top of the dispenser. And that would be the same with those if you're using redstone. You hold shift and then click the redstone. So what we're going to do here is put an activator or detector rail in front of the dispenser because we want to be able to turn the corner. Okay, so I know this seems a little weird. You could also place the blocks, out here too, but I'm just going to keep it all normal. The reason I'm not putting the corner detector rails on top of here is because you can't actually turn the corner like that. So, okay. So on the rest of them, we aren't going to have to do this special trick. The reason I had to do it here is because we were coming out from the middle. So anyway, just keep on, keep on putting regular tracks. Now we are going to put some powered rails in here too. I'm just getting this all set up, and I'm going to have to grab some from the inventory here. But just want to show you the basic setup first. Okay, now what we need to do on this last one is actually just send the cart back to the middle one, because we don't want to miss anything. So we're going to start throwing some powered rails around here. Now you don't need too many, but you do need to power them. Okay, and I'm going to throw one there and maybe here. You just need to, whoops, you probably can't have redstone there. It might interfere. And you could do this with a lever too. You don't have to use a redstone torch. Alright, let's put one right here just to make sure we have enough. Now I can just put a redstone there too. I don't need another torch, doesn't matter. Okay, so if we throw a minecart on here, you'll see that this should make it all the way around. Whoops, we're going to need another powered rail here. Okay. Yep, we're going to need a couple more. And that should actually be enough now. Okay. Now you can put more if you want, but if you're doing this in vanilla Minecraft, resources are important. All right, now the fun part. We need to load all of these up with TNT. Now in vanilla, obviously, you're going to need a mob spawner to get all the TNT from the creepers. But if you have a decent mob spawner, that should not be a problem at all. And then, of course, you'll only need a desert for the sand. And the only other thing really, you probably won't go through an entire stack. You can get all the way down to bedrock with a little bit less than 64, but generally, this is not an efficient way to do it. Obviously, if you were to place TNT into stone, you can blast out 3 maybe more blocks with one TNT. This is basically going to take out one layer every time the TNT hits. So anyway, let's get a minecart in this thing and turn it on. The one thing you're going to want is to be able to shut this off in case you hit water. So I'm going to break this. Okay, and I'm going to want to be able to shut this thing off. If you have water or lava down there, your TNT will not be able to blow up any deeper through there because the water will basically prevent the blast, from going through it. Anyway, that's how it works. Let's turn this thing on and we'll see how it goes. So there goes the first layer of TNT. Oh, did we not get an activation over here? Yep. Okay, let's shut this off real quick. Okay, I realized I had forgotten to put TNT in this one. So I'm going to activate this a couple times just so it can catch up to the other ones. Let's see if I can place a lever here. Okay, I do want this to be all round, so this one would be a little bit more rounded off had I not forgotten to load it with TNT. But anyway, we can turn this back on and let's send the minecart through again. Alright, we're getting pretty close to the bottom, so just wanted to give you a slight update. Let's see how many we have used. Approximately 40 TNT out of each dispenser. In other words, the minecart has gone around about 40 times. As you can see, yes, we are down at Y5, so we're just about at bedrock. The only slight problem that I see with taking this route is that when the TNT don't all fall at the same time, sometimes the TNT blast can push the other TNT away from its normal blast zone. So that's why we're getting the uneven destruction over here. We have these areas right here. So had we done it with redstone, like we did over here, all of the TNT would fall at the exact same time and explode at the exact same time, which would, reduce the chance of having, partially destroyed areas. But if you let a few more TNT fall down, of course, eventually it will all catch up, and everything will be destroyed all the way down to bedrock, including creepers and diamonds. So anyway, I'm going to be building something like this in my Let's Play world, but it's going to be a lot bigger. I'm probably not going to use the minecart kind of option, just because it's not as symmetrical as I'm going to want mine. I am going to do it kind of a circular shape, but I'm going to use redstone to make sure that everything, each level gets blasted out at the same time. But anyway, that's a couple different ways you can make the quarry with the new dispensers in the snapshot 13W04A. So this is really cool. Anyway, I think we can shut it off. I don't think there's anything else to destroy. I hope you liked the video, and we will see you later.